Well, it's great to take advantage of the trails this time of year in particular. Yes, it's dry. We are under an extreme to moderate drought, but at least these days, again, are pretty nice to enjoy the trails while we can, because it's going to start getting eventually colder and wetter around here. All right, the rain through Sunday. Well, as you can see, we're going to start the clock here. Not really a lot to report on until we get to the weekend, primarily mid to late day Saturday through about midday on Sunday. Now, there are kind of two different versions of the storm's evolution here, Saturday into Sunday. One is a little slower, and therefore it would take its time moving through our area and therefore bring more rain with it. There are some other solutions that are much quicker. That would bring a little bit less rain. Now, what we're looking at here is kind of a blend of those forecast models, putting us at about maybe a ½ inch of rainfall, again, Saturday, mid to late day through early on Sunday. And depending on the speed of the system, we'll be looking at maybe a little more or a little bit less. So here's what it looks like Saturday afternoon. We start off the day dry, but by midday, clouds will increase, and then there's that system that's kind of taking shape, eventually overspreading the entire area, bringing in some rain overnight Saturday. Here we are by Sunday morning, even showing some signs perhaps of enhancement. This would create kind of a corridor of moderate to heavy rain through southern Michigan and northwest Indiana that could clip portions of our area, like in Noble, LaGrange counties. And then the heaviest rain moves off to the north and east throughout the day on Sunday, but we continue to see some clouds and showers at times. This is, again, the slower solution. This is not to say that it will happen like this, but this is probably what we would call best case scenario if we're trying to make at least a little bit of headway in what has been just this dry spell that doesn't seem to end. Now, temperatures will also respond accordingly. We're going to see some ups and downs already this week. I mean, tomorrow we'll be in the mid to upper 70s. By Wednesday, low to mid 60s. And then we're back to the 70s by the end of the week and start of the weekend. Here we are Saturday afternoon. But then by Sunday, as that system moves through with some clouds and showers, we're likely going to see 50s to mid 60s as high temperatures. And then by Monday afternoon, we'll be drying out, but under northwest flow, that's going to keep us not just breezy, but also quite chilly, if at least a little drier too. Temperatures will be at that point in the upper 50s to low 60s. So certainly some signs they'll be seeing some very changeable, variable weather. And that's not even the only thing we're expecting by the time we get to Sunday, which we'll talk about more here in just a second. So sunny, warm conditions for tomorrow, 77 degrees. As I mentioned earlier, I wouldn't be surprised to see some areas get to around 80 degrees. Wednesday, partly sunny skies. There's the chance of a sprinkle, but temperatures will be, I think, the bigger difference. So we're going to be dropping about 12 degrees from Tuesday to Wednesday. Overnight low temperatures will also respond to that temperature drop. Mostly sunny on Thursday. Friday, temperatures will be rising back up again in the mid 70s, just ahead of that front on Saturday. And then we'll see rain increase mid to late day Saturday. This will be likely at about 3 or 4 p.m. through the overnight and then into Sunday morning. But you can see the little wind icon here. Sunday, we're looking at some showers, but it'll be breezy. Wind gusts Sunday will likely be between about 25 and 35 miles per hour. Some areas could get to about 40 miles per hour. So this system will pack a little bit of a punch, at least the strongest storm system we've had this season, 63 for a high temperature. Then look at Monday, 61 degrees with breezy conditions continuing. We could see those wind gusts still around 30 miles per hour. So it'll likely feel quite a bit cooler than 60 degrees. Overnight low temperatures will also return to the upper 30s to low 40s. Still not looking at any hard freeze over the next week. I know we had been warning about the potential last week. We only ended up getting a frost, so the growing season will continue. And looking at the long-range forecast, it could continue for a good part of the rest of the month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I jinx things if I ask simply? I wonder if we'll get much snow this winter.
You know, a little too much to get into now, but I will say it does look like it could be a little more interesting than last winter. I'll have more to say on that in a few weeks.
Sorry, I don't mean to pressure you.
No, that's a good question to ask.
All right, thank you, Matt.